been a while since the last top 10 corner video, but there's been a lot of elite ones coming out. We've gotten some legends, we've gotten some promo cards, obviously a brand new AK that just dropped yesterday. I had to update the list, but if you guys enjoy top 10s like this, I do gameplays on new cards as well. Make sure you hit that like, hit the subscribe, and let's just jump into number 10. If you're looking for cheap, fast coins to build that God Squad you always wanted, check out my sponsor, U4GM, and use code SHOE for 5% off your order. But number 10, on paper right now, he looks like absolute garbage, but as you guys know with breakout cards, they do end up getting +1 speed and +1 excel. So 87 speed and 91 excel is still bad. That is still very, very mid for right now in the game. He is the lowest speed on this list, but he is 6'3". He is absolutely huge. And one thing also, I think there's only like 4 or 5 cards on this list that actually get pick artist, which is the best DB ability in the game right now, and he is one of the few that gets it. So the thing is that I feel like you could include him higher if you value that super heavy, but I do think 87 speed, if you're cheat sleep team, obviously you're going to be much better off, right? But when you look at the card that has 77 play rec, he's not the fastest on the ball. He's not going to be the best performer in the world. But I will say 6'3" does bail him out a little bit. He does have good man coverage. The press is really, really good on him too. I used Josh Williams for a very, very long time. You guys have probably seen him in my videos. He's good. He's a very, very good card. I just wish he was a little bit faster, man. But honestly, for how old he is and still making the top 10, I'm not mad at it. Now at number 9, we got that man, Jaire Alexander. I will say on paper, he looks like one of the best corners in the game. But I think when you come and look at heights on corner, if they're tiny, you want good abilities or you want breakaway speed, right? Like 90 speed and above. He is 5'10" and only 89 speed, which I will say 89 speed is still fine, but 5'10" is 5'10" at the end of the day. He's still going to get dunked on. I definitely think you can argue Josh Williams above him, but I think -2 speed is kind of a big deal, especially now that we're getting 90 speed wide receivers across the board. I feel like everybody I've played against in the last days has Jamar Chase in their team, you know, and he's based 90 speed. But man coverage above 90. He has 90 press, 87 zone. Ability-wise is another thing that's kind of a negative. No abilities. All these are absolutely just not even worth putting anything on him. But Jaire, he played well for me. I think the smaller guys that don't get abilities are definitely slot players, and that's where I'd probably slap him in the game. Now we move to number 8, where we got our man Aeneas Williams. Aeneas Williams actually has a lot of value. I wish his stats were a little bit higher. I mean, zone coverage is definitely one where I would love to hit 90 on a guy like Aeneas. Not the tallest guy in the world, but when I'm talking about like zone coverage being higher, I mean like where you could put like the chemistry boost on and get it to 90. I feel like everybody's running the zone KOs or the zone chemistry boost, but ability-wise, he actually gets pick artist, which is so much value. Like I said, I think that is a big, big deal in the game. He has 82 catching. You need 77. And then ability, like I said, statistically, nothing insane. Nothing insane. I think this guy could really play anywhere. You can play Aeneas in the slot. Yeah, I know a lot of people like putting the shorter guys in the slot. I think he'll play great there. You can play him on the outside. He plays really, really well, man. I'm telling you, Aeneas is a guy that every time he gets a card, I think he always is a dog. At 7, we got Carlton Davis. And Carlton Davis is a card that is a little bit on the rare side right now. If you guys do not know how to get him, he also is auctionable. He's a little bit expensive because I don't think a lot of people know how to get him, and also it is a little bit hard to get him. You have to go win the draft event. You have to go 5-0 4 times, which can be a little hard. I did it once already. I just did my first run yesterday. I've been grinding ranked. But when we look at the card, I think he's definitely worth the grind. 6'1", which is a great height on him. He has 90 man, 87 zone, 89 press, so very good statistically. 89 speed and 89 excel is, like I said, not the craziest in the world, but compared to Jaire, you're getting +2 in height, +3 in height right there, right? Which is a big, big deal. The one thing with Carlton, though, he does not get the pick artist, which I believe he does not, right? Yeah, 77 catching. Yeah, he does not get the pick artist. 72 catching. Although he got the 3rd bucket, he got cheated out of it, man. That's like really the only ability you'd want to run on your DBs. But I do think him getting one of the best teams in the game in Lions, being a good heighted corner, great stats, I think he's going to play really well. Number 6, I do have that man Gonzo. And Gonzo is a card where I only value his abilities and height really on this card. And I do think that is probably the 2 biggest things when it comes to corner. I would say abilities 1, height 2, and then probably speed 3. I think speed's a big, big deal if you can get that with abilities as well. But the thing is Christian Gonzalez, I'm just calling him Jaire. Christian Gonzalez is 6'2" with also pick artist. He was the first card in the game with pick artist, which is like I said, the best ability in the game right now for DBs. He also has really, really good man coverage. I know his zone coverage isn't good. 80 zone is not even hitting the 85 threshold. It's not even possible to hit it. But this is a guy that I feel like plays really, really well in game. He's a guy you're probably dropping to deep thirds most of the time. He's not asked to do too much. And you could probably run him at safety too if you are scared of the zone, so he can just play up top a little bit easier. I think he's amazing, man. He was really, really good on my team. He's dropped in price a lot. You're seeing him a lot more in the game. He's a dog, man. And also, Patriots team, they have a lot of elite cards coming out soon, man. Gonzo's actually still tough. number 5, we got that man, Charles Woodson. He's actually the only card on this list I have not used. I've never used Charles Woodson. I've played against him a billion times, but I've always been shied away from the speed. Obviously, he is 6'1" as well, so he has really good height compared to our other guys on this list. Like, Gonzalez a little bit taller than him, but statistically, I think hitting that 85 zone is a big deal right there. He has also still good man, good player, good press on him. He kind of looks like Aeneas Williams, where he's kind of just average across the board. He's just a little bit taller. No 90 stat being hit over here. He's not the craziest fast in the world, but pick artist, while being 6'1", I think Charles Woodson's really, really good. They definitely cheated this card. He should have been much better. I think Charles Woodson is a guy they always juice up, making him insane. He also was an LTD that dropped on a tournament day where people are looking to add a lot of cards. And then, yeah, I don't know. I don't understand the Charles Woodson hate from me. Yeah, this card should definitely be still one of the best in the game because how good he is. At number 4, we got Champ Bailey, and this is the most cheated card in the game. He just came out. He just came out with the most feared first drop. He should be much better. I was so annoyed when they revealed this card. I love Champ Bailey. They cheated him to death. And then when he came out, we found out they cheated him even harder. So you can see the blaring issue. 83 zone coverage. You have to use your strat cards to get it up. We would have loved to see like 87 or 88 so we can get it up to 90, but we're fighting for our lives to get it to 85. That is definitely annoying on a Champ Bailey card. One of the best corners of all time. He is 90 speed, though. The first guy on this list that gets that with good height at 6 foot. But looking over here, look, boys, remember the threshold for pick artist is 77 catching. He does not even get that. He gets 68 catching. So not only did they give him 83 zone, they gave him 68 catching. Champ Bailey could have easily been corner 1, corner 2 on this list. But they cheated him, man. They definitely cheated him. I think having pick artist is way too big of a deal right now, or a version of it, and it's just, you know, he doesn't have it. At number 3, we got our man, Jaire Sneed. I had to go in the auction house. For some reason, he's not in the catalog, so I can't look at his abilities. But I will say the reason why he's not hired is probably being one of the best statistic cards or corners in the game while having great height at 6'1". He doesn't get pick artists. He got cheated over there. These guys that came out with the Gridiron Guardians, they got very, very bad abilities. Actually, they didn't get any abilities, which kind of just messed up the entire promo in general. I mean, they got a lot of boosts and stuff, what made him insane. But looking at his card now, Chiefs team's really the big deal with him. I think that's a big, big deal if you are rocking it. 91 zone coverage is elite. He has really good play rec. The man in press is all really good. 90 speed is elite and 6'1". So when you look at stats, he's very good. The height is very, very good. The reason I can't rank him much higher, but I mean, despite looking like the best corner we've seen yet on this paper, I mean, you just can't, man. No pick artist is so tough right now. It really, really is. I think pick artist is probably the best ability in the game right now on defense, and you just can't even get it on this corner. You're spending 1.6 mil on. It's tough. And at number 2, JPJ is still one of the best cards in this entire game. As you guys know with the breakout cards, he's not actually 88 speed. He is 89 speed, 90 excel. Still a little bit on the slower end. We've seen a couple 90s on this list, but 6'2" is definitely going to make up for it. He has 90 man coverage, 87 zone, 91 press, so he's elite at all of them. You could easily hit 90 zone on him as well, so you could have 3 90s across the board in those coverage stats. The player rec at 82, honestly, has not been a big deal for him when I've used him, but the reason why we love him, boys, pick artist on a 6'2", very fast and very tall corner. I mean, that is elite, man. I'm telling you, JPJ has been the best corner. I swear when you talk to any of, like, the guys, because you guys know I grind ranked all day. It's not very fun doing it, but I do it for video purposes and just to get the Randall Cunningham. I see JPJ on literally every field. He's on every field in the top 100, boys. He's the best corner in the game, or one of the best corners in the game, until this guy came out, in my opinion. And I think everybody kind of thought the Warden was going to be here. He should have been better, though. I will say this. He should have been better. He is 91 speed, the only 91 speed player in the game. He's the only one in the game that has 91 base. I think the Browns team, no bias. We suck right now. I know I'm wearing a Browns hat. We're absolutely garbage. We're getting Shadur Sanders. But moving on, the Denzel Ward. The Browns team is getting good, too, so you can pair him off with, like, Poyer, Demario Davis, guys like that. We're getting a Nick Chubb card with most feared as well. I know that doesn't really matter in a video like this, but when we look at his actual card, 90 zone and 90 man base with no boost is insane. His press is still very good. His play arc is still very solid, but when we come to Denzel Ward, I don't even need to go over there and show you. As you guys know with catching, it needs to be 77. He has 74 catching right there, but there is a stipulation with him. He is an AKA card, so he does get AKA pick artist. It won't be on all game, but it's 1 AP compared to 2. So the way I look at it, right, if you want 3 pick artists on your team, you can run 2 AP pick artists on JBJ, 2 AP pick artists on Woodson or Gonzo, and then you could use 1 AP pick artist on your Denzel Ward, and you have 5 AP, 3 pick artists. Well, I mean, obviously, Denzel Ward comes on and comes off, but how good he is on paper, the fastest card in the game, 90+ in both man and zone, and he has pick artists on for a good majority of the game. I think this card is absolutely elite, really. Boys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, man. Make sure to comment down below which corner, trio, stack, I don't know if you're running dollar, whatever you're running, make sure to comment down all your corners. Let me know what you guys are running in the game, which guy got snubbed off the list, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace out, boys.